Round 3, Match 4, Part 2 of the IASP Charity Tournament. In this matchup, we have Never Play Alone versus the 7th Cav. Alright, we're playing on Hurricane Forest over North Pass. Alright, I'm joined here by First Lieutenant Rob.
Alrighty, boys, here we go. Last match, last round of our 3-week event. What a fun time as 7 Cav is taking on Never Play Alone. Pretty commanding presence from Never Play Alone first round. We'll see how the 7 Cav can respond. Once again, we're fighting over North Pass. I'll cover from the Scar angle if you want to work the border.
Alright, I can do that. Man, I wish they'd let the, Wait, can I clip outside the map? No, I can't. I want to go see the big tank on the rails.
So
Alright.
what we do know is that this North Pass, the Germans do have a little bit of an advantage getting to the point. So we have a troop transport loaded up with 7 Cav to see if they can't get into North Pass with the same ferocity and intensity as Never Play Alone was able to do. What do we see from Never Play Alone?
Well, it looks like they've spawned in a transport truck on that north route so that they can get something there, but they also have the light tank pushing up to maybe try and take out the cab transport that is no doubtly on its way.
And that was the difference maker, I feel like, last round, is that the 7 Cav was pretty slow to get their light vehicle into position. So we'll see if Never Play Alone is a little faster and able to use that Stewart to intercept the troop transport getting into point.
Yeah, I see the transport coming in now. I don't know why it stopped so far from the point.
I mean, getting conservative. I mean, there's the the enemy Stewart coming in, so it might be in danger as a recon vehicle tries to take the lead. But we'll see what that recon vehicle is able to do.
Well,
As that Stewart,
what wins, Stewart or recon?
oh, Stewart easily one shots through recon. Once again, we are seeing that axis bias as the 7 Cav is able to get into North Pass early and often.
Yeah, and here comes the truck. Oh, and they missed the transport truck. That recon vehicle's going down.
Oh!
That
Jesus.
was a major play. Yeah, Tomer's gonna get this recon, I think. But man, we got trucks exploding.
Did that Stewart just get killed by the recon vehicle?
I don't
Or
think
was
it was not the recon vehicle. The recon vehicle took out the transport truck, which is full of NPA guys. Because NPA now has this mass spawn from their garrison, which is in D3 Keypad 5. Oh, what a play from the recon vehicle.
That is Wolf and Profano getting after it. So we'll see what if 7 Cav is able to hold on as Never Play Alone sends their massive wave in to try to counter the attack on North Pass. That's that recon vehicle. What's it trying to take on now? Oh, it did not win that fight. I think that was a 76.
Yeah, that was a heavy.
Yeah, that's a bold move from Profano.
That's a old move, Cotton, but didn't pan out.
Yeah.
Never Play Alone just coming up with this massive wave.
Looks like we're going to get early capture from Axis, 7 Cav, which is pretty consistent with what we've seen for this map layer. So I'll keep an eye on Waybach, but it doesn't, or Waybach Overlook, but it doesn't look like 7 Cav is going to be too eager to make a maneuver. Never Play Alone does have a pretty dominating presence coming into the town. Both teams looking to start getting into that urban combat, see if they can't push each other out of that little village of North Pass.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, NPA has been able to push into this town and get a foothold a little bit. But, I was gonna say Private Caleron is doing some work, taking out squad lead. Now, looks like Never Play Alone has actually been able to move in through the scar. As we hear a violent knocking noise.
Oh yeah, my bad.
Oh, that was a cool sound effect. That was so neat. Sorry, there was a round from... Alright, so they have the recon vehicle. NPA got the recon vehicle in behind, and they're set up on Hill 15, raining down from the back line onto this 7th Cav approach.
That's some sneaky action. I like it.
Rob, what is that?
I'm gonna turn that over the push to talk. Second. My roommate is a man who likes to build things, and he is attempting to build something. That's all I can say.
Oh man, I tell you what, nothing brings me more joy than putting together some IKEA furniture.
Right? I think I like the adjustment we're seeing from the 7 Cav this round. They're playing way more conservative with their armor. That last round, they were just hemorrhaging armor like crazy.
Yeah, they must have realized that that was not the play, but is 7th Cav gonna respond to that recon behind them?
Sometimes you just gotta let it live. Live and let live, right?
I guess so.
Meanwhile, it looks like the NPA has a bit of a flanking maneuver as they're getting some map control on the hill surrounding.
Yep, they have moved up on top of that hill. First Lieutenant Bud looks like he's trying to respond to it. I've got a bit of an overhead shot of what's going on there, but...
Meanwhile, it looks like 7 Cav. Ooh, big artillery round.
You know what? We criticize 7th Cav for having their garrison so far up, but NPA's done the same thing. So...
It was the nodes, not the garrisons.
Oh, the nodes. Well, they have all their nodes pushed up onto the D line.
Yeah, that's a... I'm not sure if that's the move.
Every single one of their nodes is there. A big bounce off the Panther.
Oh yeah, I think that Panther is toast. It's taking hits from both sides. I'm surprised it's still alive, actually.
Who's in it? It took another bounce.
Yeah, I don't know what they're shooting at. Maybe they forgot to load their armor-piercing rounds. I don't know. Just getting... oh, it's AT gun. Yeah, the AT gun definitely has a hard time killing shit from the front. As nice little AT gun movement from NPA.
Man, they still haven't responded to this recon unit.
It just got marked on the map by Hotel Squad, so maybe one of the armor assets from 7 Cav will just like turn and go plank.
Yeah, as it just rains down the hate as I get this overhead view of this tank.
Meanwhile, 7 Cav has not really put any significant pressure on Waybach, because I think they're pretty content with just holding North Pass.
Yeah, Waybach. Thing is that for them to win, they gotta get onto Waybach.
Yeah, they can only force a tie at this point.
NPA does have a pretty good line going here, but I haven't seen any movement from the cab to try and flank around. Are they putting an airhead behind or anything like that?
No airheads. They do have one squad like really deep trying to make a maneuver, but it's gonna be a while till anything in that regard materializes.
For sure.
Meanwhile, Never Play Alone is getting pretty good map control in the town around North Pass.
And that recon vehicle is still there. It's moving around.
Yeah, it looks like it's being pursued now by a heavy tank in the back line.
Oh, yep, I see it. It's trying to get around this heavy tank, but it ain't gonna last. And there it goes. Now the question here is, does the cab capitalize on that? I hear a bombing run.
Interesting bombing run from 7 Cab. Not really sure that's gonna get much. Maybe 2? And 3? Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. No cap pressure or anything that was being responded to at that bombing run. But it has given the 7 Cab a chance to kind of re-get a foothold around North Pass.
That's all you need sometimes to get a reestablishment of that footing.
Yeah, I definitely try to conserve those bombing runs for the uh-oh situations.
Well, at the very least, they just knew where all of these nodes were. One bombing run. That's all it takes.
Yeah, this is true. I mean, 7 Cab would have to push out against Never Play Alone, but Never Play Alone doing a good job winning their gunfights.
Here, a bombing run coming in. This time from Never Play Alone.
That's getting hits. That's about 4, maybe 5 kills. And dropped the garrison. Yeah, that was pretty effective. Got the garrison on point and 4 or 5 kills.
Yeah, it looks like Sergeant might be moving back in to try and reestablish that garrison, but Never Play Alone is kind of wedging themselves in between the lines here.
Meanwhile, we're starting to see Never Play Alone once again flanking from that rear side. But with 7 Cav's armor support has been way more effective this round, making it very difficult for Never Play Alone to make those kind of flanking maneuvers.
Looks like Private Wolf is repairing the Tiger tank here, but they're shooting from a distance, but they're not on top of the hill. I don't know why they have adopted that position after seeing to what effect that can be used against them.
Yeah, I'm gonna rotate to start seeing what's going on by Waybuck. 7 Cav starting to get within the zone of interest for on Waybuck.
Alright.
So Never Play Alone has, it looks like maybe 2 sections worth of infantry on defenses. 7 Cavs trying to see what they can do to get in there and disrupt.
Oh, I guess I didn't notice this, but I guess 7 Cav has a Tiger tank set up on the hill. I don't know what they call it, the Black Hill.
Yeah, burned out hill on that far side. Looks like 7 Cavs starting to get a little bit of map control and Never Play Alone. As Never Play Alone starting to get constricted to that north side. And again, this is where the armor play last round completely dominated by Never Play Alone. But this round, it looks like 7 Cavs been pretty consistent with their armor play. It might just be there is a bit of a bias on North Pass for the Axis side.
I think at range, the 88 of the Tiger and Don't Kill Me Tinkers, the Panther, I think, has an 88 as well. Just dominates from a distance, right?
I'm pretty sure the Panther is a smaller gun than the Tiger. But that could be true.
You know what? This is what God created Google for.
Oh, you better be Googling it.
I'll get an answer here shortly, folks.
And just so you know, the Panther, I believe, is the Panzer 6. And Tiger's Panzer 7, if memory serves.
Just so I understand, right? The 88, the flak 88, it was 88 millimeters was the diameter of the shell, right?
I don't know.
Alright.
I'm not a ordnance guy. Oh, we're starting to see 2-7 Cav squads starting to put pressure now on Waybach. And this is the critical moment, because we started to pull forces to push the attack, but Never Play Alone is still, threatening. And this is that delicate balance mid-game where it's like, do you want to push off an attack? What kind of cost is that gonna have for you later on?
Maybe I'm reading this wrong. I think it's a 75 millimeter gun on the Panther.
That sounds correct. Meanwhile, it looks like 7 Cav is starting to get pretty clear map control over North Pass. And starting to just slowly work back, Never Play Alone.
Yeah, I'm gonna rotate over to Waybach because... Oh, actually, never mind. Never Play Alone just has this massive flank coming in from the backside of North Pass.
Yeah, keep covering North Pass. I got Waybach covered.
Yeah, they've got 3 different squad leads as First Lieutenant Profano just hopping out in and out of that tank to protect it.
Yeah, meanwhile, 7 Cav hasn't quite found their way in yet. Seven Cav is a sneaky OP in the backline now on Waybach, so I'm gonna be monitoring that. Make sure they stay in bounds. So, 7 Cav doing a pincer maneuver onto Waybach as Never Play Alone is looking to react. How's that assault on North Pass going?
Going pretty well. They control the other side of the river right now. With 3 different squad leads, but the Tiger tank that First Lieutenant Profano is manning is just getting overwhelmed with 2 different AT guys. He's trying to fight them off, and he's doing successfully. He's defeated multiple ATs trying to take out his tank.
Meanwhile, we're seeing Never Play Alone might start to be collapsing a little bit more on the defensive as 7 Cav has a couple sneaky rear outposts putting pretty good pressure onto the point. We might start to see cap progress from 7 Cav on Waybach here in the next minute. And there it is. There's cap progress. So here we go. Let's see how Never Play Alone responds as we're starting to get good cap progress on Waybach from 7 Cav. So this might be a pretty interesting cap race here.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it looks like the Cav is aware of this push on the north side. east side of Northern Pass as they're starting to push in and try to clear out any resistance there. And there goes. Oh, never mind. That wasn't the tank. There goes the tank.
So Wayblock capture progress is mixed. It's never play alone. Looks like it's reinforced with additional squads to try to help retake control over Wayblock. And cap progress is being lost on Wayblock as never play alone pushes 2 squad elements back into the point. But yeah, that might have been enough to kind of stall out the North Pass assault that Never Play Alone was trying to get it going. But now we can see maybe Never Play Alone's getting really good map control over on 7 Cav in the North Pass zone.
Yeah, Never Play Alone still owns the hill. As they marked some of the garrisons that 7 Cav seems to have behind the point. They marked one in G4 keypad 7 in a little complex as sneaky recon is coming to go take it out. As multiple people just start to spawn on it, it gets taken out by Private First Class Davis.
Yeah, I would say 7 Cav's in a very precarious situation. I don't see them getting really successful map control to do a whole lot of pressure on Weebach, and Never Play Alone starting to get some really good map control on North Pass. But again, Never Play Alone has committed 3 squads back on defense, so there is a significant portion of Never Play Alone now back doing what they can to try to hold out. But it seems like Never Play Alone has snuffed out most of the assault coming in from the 7 Cav, as they've identified and destroyed one of the rear attacking outposts. Never Play Alone's defense has resecured most of the area around Waybach.
We got a bombing run coming in from Never Play Alone. It's going to hit that shore side where a bunch of the 7th Cav guys seem to be built up.
Meanwhile, Corporal Gibbs playing super sneaky as ooh, that hurt. That took out an outpost and some garrisons.
Definitely not as effective as they probably would have liked. But
Wow, it's a really cool play from Corporal Gibbs, winning a 3-on-1 while playing sneaky to keep his squad in the fight as he's looking to get that OP replaced. That was pretty great. I'm glad I got that on camera. That was a fun little sneaky play from Corporal Gibbs to keep his squad going. However, now we're getting the cap progress on North Pass, and 7 Cav doesn't really have anything in the area to respond. Which is impressive considering most of Never Play Alone seems to be on the defensive.
as he snubbed, sorry, not the mic switcher. That is a very much not a good bombing run from 7 Cav there. Just missing the mark.
And 7 Cav's gonna have a really hard time. Although we are seeing cap progress on Waybach. Here we go, cap race.
Yeah. So we got to reinforce on Waybach from NPA.
Yeah. Meanwhile, 7 Cav does have. Yeah, Never Play Alone has been able to snuff out the attack on Waybach. Even though cap pressure's there, no outposts. This cap is definitely going to go towards the. Cap race will definitely be controlled by Never Play Alone. Yep, and with Corporal Gibbs now going down, looks like the assault on Waybach has been snuffed out. Great defense by Never Play Alone. Now it's a matter of seeing if Never Play Alone can finish this cap, which it looks like they're going to. even with the reinforced, significant progress going towards North Pass, and we'll see the map flip here shortly.
Yeah, that reinforce is a little bit too little too late. Oh,
It's going
never
the other
mind.
way. I mean, like I said, most of the And Never Play Alone was on the defensive. There's really only 1.5 sections on the offensive. 7 Cav can totally clinch this back as they're pouring forces back into the point. And with armor support. Yeah, this... maybe not. Looks like And Never Play Alone is going to be able to clinch this here. As it's just teetering, and there it goes.
Ah, there it goes.
So the question is going to be, how fast can the 7 Cap recapture this point? Is they're immediately getting cap progress back in their direction? And whether or not, with no garrisons really in Jacob's Barn, if Never Play Alone is going to be able to capitalize on a quick playback.
I think it depends if you see an airhead from Never Play Alone and some spawns. They do have a recon all the way back there that probably could have seen, like, hey, there's nobody here. If you do that, you'll get away with it.
Yep, and we see back and forth cap progress now on the point as Never Play Alone's working to reinforce and get more forces in onto North Pass. But it looks like Never Play Alone already has pretty commanding presence back over the point.
I got a question for you.
Sure.
Alright. At the end of 2 minutes, if 7 Cap can't recap this point and then also take Waybot, do we end it or do we just keep it going?
Why would we end it?
There's
We haven't ended it. We haven't ended any of the rounds that have been close. You play out. The only time you'll end it is if they capture Jacob's Barn and then the 15 minutes. But in about 2 minutes, it's no longer going to be the case.
Alright.
And we're starting to see cap progress go back towards 7 Cap's favor as North Pass.
Yeah. As they just push across this bridge.
Huge spawn wave in from Never Play Alone, though.
Yeah. Major Lombardi just doing work with the machine gun there.
Ahsoka as well.
Yeah.
Interesting to see as the cap progress is teetering back and forth. But Never Play Alone is trying to come off that hillside. 7 Caps just trying to force their way in.
Never Play Alone has their 76 set up on the hill and just took out the Panther.
Good shots from that 76 for sure. Now armor support seems to be starting to lean towards Never Play Alone's favor. I'm surprised that Tiger has gotten eyes on and marked that 76.
And there goes the recon. It looks like 7 Cav is just hemorrhaging tanks again.
Well, they have that. They have what I think is a Tiger. I don't know what he's doing. He's not engaging. Maybe they're starting to run low on ammo. As marks are up for that target.
They're starting to run low on ammo. Can't they just bring it back to base and rearm?
Yeah, there you go. Now they're putting rounds down towards the armor asset. Just keep on your map and just let us know if you start to see any progress near Jacobs. Because 7 Cav doesn't really have anyone back there on Jacobs. They're all in on the recapture attempt on North Pass.
I don't know if this is an in-joke on NPA's side, but like they've done Assume, they've done North Pass, but it's the profanity filters kicking in for whatever reason.
Oh yeah, I don't know. So armor superiority has been regained by Never Play Alone. Ooh, as a satchel charge, I think. On the bridge, clears out some of Never Play Alone's assault. It seems like Never Play Alone has been able to repel most of the assault coming in from the 7 Cav as they're starting to get pushed back.
Also, this is interesting. I don't know if can Recon put garrisons down?
They can.
So it looks like there's going to be a recon near Jacob's barn placing down a garrison, so we could see NPA shift to that garrison as they day off and just set up an assault on it.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Never Play Alone has regained really good map control surrounding North Passes. 7 Cav seems to be trying to make some really wide flanking maneuvers now.
Has a garrison all the way in the south in striking distance of Jacob's barn.
Yeah, meanwhile, 7 Cav has 0 forces on defense, so they are extraordinarily vulnerable to an assault. It seems like they're willing to sell everything out just to see what they can do on the attack here. And honestly, Never Play Alone is pretty much all clustered in either on this hill or just around this one garrison I believe they have on the borderline side of point. Seems like 7 Cav is getting some more map control though, as they're starting to engulf and push PA back towards the border.
Just gonna go check Jacob's barn just to see. Alright, so 7 Cav does have Sergeant Wolf and First Sergeant Prejean on Jacob's barn, but there is an SL from NPA looking to start an assault here.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we're seeing the bombing run come in on from the 7 Cav, which they're actually in a pretty good position to make a move here. I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see cap progress once again on North Pass coming in with this bombing run. Especially as 7 Cav has been able to kind of sneak in around from behind. Not sure that bomb. Oh, that bombing run sent home. Got a couple kills. We'll see if it extends just far enough to take out that garrison or outpost. It looks like it probably did.
Yeah.
That was a very, I would say that was a very effective attack with the bombing run. We'll see if 7 Cav is able to capitalize as they start pushing into the point.
Oh, for sure.
I suspect we're going to see cap progress here in the next couple seconds as 7 Cav does have starting to get a pretty commanding presence on the point. Still, neither team seems too dedicated to trying to.
We got a bombing run coming in from NPA. Don't know how effective it'll be.
Big reset from Fox Squad as now only Dog is in a position to put pressure. Seems like even though with those 2 flanking maneuvers, just NPA has been able to really be effective at sniffing them out. I mean, both teams though, it seems like are one's all in on defense, the other one all in on attack.
Bombing run. 3. 5 and a
Including,
friendly.
yeah, not bad by me. But yeah, never play alone, regaining map control here on North Pass. And once again, starting to box out 7 Cav.
Yeah, so Jacob's squad and Hotel are pushing onto Jacob's barn, trying to clear off any resistance there. I'm going to rotate to get this battle on the hill a bit more, as 7 Cav has seemingly been pushed back further and further off the point.
Yeah, seems like they've been more or less reset. So NPA has really good map control apart from, and I was gonna say apart from one outpost that NPA just was able to sniff out. So yeah, NPA is probably gonna be looking to put a strike in here in the final moments of the game, as they once again, completely control the area around North Pass.
As we're coming down to the last 8 minutes here of this match. So, lessons learned, I guess. What do you think the Cav could do better?
I think Never Play Alone has done a really good job showcasing the power of just having a strong front line to push through. 7Cav did some pretty interesting flanking maneuvers, but they've committed 2 forces to the flank this entire game, which I don't think is an effective strategy. You really need to have a really established strong front line and then maybe working a flank or two. So committing, and we've seen this from like BDSQ as well, that they commit so much of their forces trying to pull a flank that it doesn't materialize, because without that flank being able to go in and disrupt outposts and garrisons and then allowing your front line to move in and take space, you're just on that back line, and the guys on who are defending from one angle just turn around and are able to kind of swipe you out from the other side. I think Never Play Alone's attack was also extremely effective in this round, as they were able to basically beat out a superior 7 Cav force of numbers on their assault into North Pass and kind of force that reset. And once again, I think we're going to start to see the fight shift towards towards Jacob's Barn.
Yeah, more and more of the NPA guys are on Jacob's barn, but we see 7Cav responding to that.
Yeah, it seems like 7Cav doesn't have much of a presence on the attack anymore.
Oh, that was huge! There was... I don't know if that was a satchel charge or an artillery shell, but that just wiped out so many people on the Cav side who were on point. They were there one moment, and then they were gone
The next.
You know, that might be a good use of the satchel charge. Just put it on a long enough delay, especially if you don't think you can hold the point. And then once they get all comfy, if they don't sniff it out, he'll just wipe them out.
Bye. Yeah. Yeah, meanwhile, Never Play Alone to have abandoned the strong point of North Pass and have now since pushed both of their defensive squads out. 7 Cav does not really is playing, I think, smartly, so a more or less completely defensive approach with only maybe 2 squads trying to attack. But with short time, it's make or break time for 7Cav. They have one more push in them to try to get something going.
Yeah. And we see cap progress on Jacob's Barn as we reach the last 4 minutes of this game. NPA is just taking a commanding presence on point after they've taken out the commander, Staff Sergeant Demute. Sergeant Wolf is the only squad lead on scene to really respond to this, along with MG Masoko. They do have the tanks on point, but they're a little overextended, and Tomar might come in behind and take out this tank here.
Oh yeah, this is definitely going to go towards NPA's favor. No garrisons within sight that are available. Yep, Jacob's Barn will fall to NPA. So good move from NPA getting in there and hitting that attack. Summon Cav doesn't really have any spawns that they can use to even attempt to respond. And you can see Cat progress on North Pass as NPA is completely committed to taking over Jacob's Barn.
Yeah, Private Ahsoka here, being a hero. Oh, Sergeant Wolf's OP hasn't been taken out, so it's been marked now. They know where it's at, so it's a matter of just taking it.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, I think NPA knows that this is their cap to lose, basically, as against some cap doesn't really have much they can do to prevent the inevitable. Oh, wow, that strafing run actually is pretty good.
Yeah, I got 2 people.
That's a big strafing run, folks. 2 folks. So we'll see if 7 Cav, as they push back in, if they're gonna be able to do a quick recap. Because with just under 2.5 minutes, they're gonna have to cap this back almost immediately. And with no cap progress, as we hit that 2-minute mark, I think Never Play Alone is gonna be able to wrap this up to cap at the end there.
For sure.
Do a quick score check. Well played by Never Play Alone, getting back over control of Jacob's Barn. Those final moments, and another pretty exciting round to end it on. As both teams fight it out for almost the full time.
Man, NPA just coming in with a commanding presence here, and just overall the map presence that they've had has been overwhelming, to say the least. I think taking that hill as the allies in the FE4 sector, just having taken that hill and then taking North Pass from there is just devastating.
And that's what
to the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, and that's what every team's been trying to do. I think this is one of the good examples of it being done effectively. And really, the counter there is you do have to have some kind of small elements pushing in from both angles to snuff that out.
Oh, we got a bombing run from 7 Cap here and a desperate last attempt as we come down to the last 10 seconds.
Yep, I'll give you the count. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, flip.